Welcome to the Royal Calcutta Turf Club for the Calcutta Races Summer Meeting 7th day Friday 28th March 2025 race preview. The second of the double header that we have. The first race of the day is the Zelda Handicap for horses rated 1 to 26 which have run at Kolkata, having completed the course since Wednesday 30th October 2024 and have not won a race since that day. To be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality, to be run over a distance of about 1400 meters. A couple of runners we are looking at first is from race number 155. We had Tender Heart and Sangeeta. Tender Heart, who was racing in third spot, stayed on in third. Tender Heart today ridden by Varun, and Sangeeta, who was racing in ninth spot, did not make any further improvements, stayed on in ninth. And Sangeeta again ridden by Ayasha Dashbar. 2 is Totally Epic. Totally Epic has had 3 starts in the season. Started the season with a 6th place effort in race number 21. Then in race number 98 went over 1100 meters, finished on 5th. Last start was a little slow out of the gates. This was in race number 102 where Totally Epic took the turn in 12th spot, then made up a few placings, eventually finished on 7th of 14 runners. The winner here was Lucretius. Totally Epic today the mount of Nikhil Naidu. We got number 3 is Amadeus. Amadeus has had quite a few starts in the season, 7 starts to be precise, has not placed in any of those 7 starts. Last start was slow out of the gates, took the turn in second last spot, but when the race came to a boil, Amadeus started to run off the gas and eventually finished on a detached last, 7 of 7. The winner here was Dubai King. Amadeus again the mount of Arman Khan. Four is Maiden Heaven. 3 starts for Maiden Heaven in this season. Started the season with a 4th place effort in race number 54. That was over 1200 meters. Next start went over 1400 meters. That was in race number 100 where Maiden Heaven finished on 5th, and it was observed after the race that Maiden Heaven burst a blood vessel. Last start was in race number 137 over 1600 meters. Was in second spot for most while. In the last 200 meters dropped back and finished on 4th of 6 runners. The winner here was MSG Fantasy. We move on to the second race of the day, the Red Chief Handicap, a no-whip race for horses rated 1 to 26 to be run over a distance of about 1100 meters. Couple of runners we are looking at first, Intense Belief and Lahina. Intense Belief was a winner in race number 80, since then has had a 2nd place effort in race number 98. Last start was in race number 143 where Lahina, who was racing on a start to finish mission, kept on galloping on. Eventually Lahina won a first start, and Intense Belief, who was racing in 4th spot, made up a place and eventually finished on 3rd. Intense Belief the mount of Varun, and Lahina ridden by Abhishek Matre. 2 is City of Joy. City of Joy has had a couple of starts in his career. In race number 125 finished on 11th of 14 runners. Race number 149 finished on 7th of 7, and City of Joy has subsequently had a mock race where City of Joy finished on 2nd. City of Joy is the mount of Vinay Jaiswal, drawn 4. Four is Vince Angel. Vince Angel has been very sparingly raced mare. One start in the season where Vince Angel was travelling in 10th spot, eventually finished on 11th of 13 runners. This one in race number 87 over 1100 meters where the eventual winner was Memphis. Vince Angel today ridden by H. Rahul. 5 is Kindred Spirit. Kindred Spirit has had a big long season and last 4 start has been unplaced. Kindred Spirit, the start we are looking at from race number 155, was racing in a very prominent position, was in 2nd spot until the last 200 meters where started to slide back, eventually finished on 6th of 10 runners. The winner here was Fulcrum, who made every post a winning one. We got 6 UV. UV has in the last 4 starts finished on unplaced in the previous 3 starts. Last start UV was in 3rd spot, then came up with a run towards the inside in the black and white jacket and eventually finished on 2nd. And after the race it was observed that UV was trotting lame. The winner over here was Don't Stop the Music. 7 is Artemis Zelda. Artemis Zelda has had 4 starts in the season. Started the season with a third placed effort in race number 22. Since then has been unplaced in 3 subsequent starts, including the start we are looking at. Race number 138 over 1100 meters was in second spot until the last 200 meters, where Artemis Zelda dropped back slightly, eventually finished on 5th of 7 runners. The winner here was Dubai King. We move on to the third race of the day, the Upcards handicap for horses rate 41 to 66 rate, 21 to 46, eligible to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality, to be run over a distance of about 1100 meters. We are looking at 4 runners. This is from race number 157. We have Kasha, who was an earlier start winner in race number 74. Over here, Kasha was traveling in 7th spot, then came up with a run and finished on 2nd. We had All-Time Legend. All-Time Legend was also a winner earlier part of the season. Since then has had a placed effort in race number 23. Over here, All-Time Legend was seen finishing on but finished on 7th. 4 was Star Concept. Star Concept was back-to-back winners of race number 111 and 151. Over here, Star Concept, after leading the pack, eventually finished on 5th. And we had number 9, which is Extravagant Star. Extravagant Star, who was also a winner in earlier part of the season. Over here, Extravagant Star finished on 9th. We're looking at 3 runners from race number 151. We had K-Star. K-Star, who was in 2nd spot, kept on finding something and eventually finished on 2nd by a neck. And we had number 8, which is Impressive Annie, who was back-to-back winners of 2 races, race number 54, race number 85 respectively. Over here, Impressive Annie, after being in 5th spot for most while weekend and eventually finished on 6th. And we had number 10, which is Superimpose. Superimpose has had 4 starts in this season, has been unplaced in all 4 starts, including this start where he finished on 8th. 5 is Light the World. Light the World is a sparingly raced horse, where Light the World has had 3 starts in the season and a winner in race number 46. Subsequently in race number 78 finished on 5th. Race number 133 was in 3rd spot, then got into a ding-dong battle with Donna Sienna and just came off 2nd better by a nose. Light the World today, the mount of Hindu Singh. 6 is Raisa. Raisa definitely has got the bit between her teeth. Last 2 starts, 2 victories. Both times she has been on a start to finish mission, and last time she won by almost 2 lengths, beating again Memphis into 2nd. Raisa today the mount of Abhishek Mathri, who gets 3 kilos off. 7 is Trebia. Trebia had a win in earlier part of the season in race number 41. Since then had a 2nd placed effort in race number 85, a 3rd place effort in race number 103, then finished on 4th in race number 136, and in race number 156 was in 3rd spot. Then split rivals, eventually took over the running, eventually had about 2 lengths to spare over Chili Lady, was subsequently won. 11 is Power Racer. Power Racer has been spellingly raced gelding. 1 start in this season in race number 42, where Power Racer was in 9th spot and finished on 9th, just beat 1 home, and Power Racer should come on for this run today, the mount of Varun. We move on to the 4th race of the day, the feature race of the afternoon, the Set Flame Cup for horses 3-year-old only, to be run over a distance of about 1200 meters. First, if we are looking at a couple of runners, is from race number 134, where we had Whirlwind and Polki. Whirlwind definitely your eye catcher after having a couple of starts on the Calcutta track, where finished on 4th and 5th respectively. Over here, Whirlwind was travelling in handy 2nd and took over the running, eventually had 2 1/4 lengths to spare. Polki, who has had a start after coming down from southern India. Polki was travelling in 3rd spot, then into the dying stage of the race, weakened slightly and finished on 4th of 7 runners. Couple of runners again, Cortado and Kitaro. Cortado has had couple of starts so far. Earlier start finished on 6th in race number 66. Over here, Cortado was on a start to finish mission. There was a clustered finish, and Cortado just missed out on the place money, finished on 3rd. Kitaro, who's had a few starts, earlier start finished on 2nd behind Kerry Gold in race number 121. Over here, Kitaro was travelling in 3rd spot, just missed out and finished on 4th. The winner here was Multi Success. We move on to the fifth race of the day, the Meg Merrill's handicap for horses rated 61 to 86, rate 41 to 66, eligible to be run over a distance of about 1600 meters. First runner we are looking at is Watch My Stride. Watch My Stride, who's had 4 starts in the season. A better start was definitely the last start Watch My Stride had. This was in race number 141. Over 1200 meters, was in 8th spot, then came down the center on the wide outside and eventually started to really fly home. Finished on 3rd. Behind Sir Baffert, Watch My Stride, the mount of Nikhil Naidu. To his Karanveer. Karanveer was a surprise winner of race number 114. Went over 2000 meters and made every post a winning one. Karanveer today again the mount of Kirtish Bhagat. Three runners we are looking at: Flying Scotsman, Dali Swirl and Sea Smoke. Dali Swirl definitely the eye catcher between these three. The run we are looking at from race number 152, where Flying Scotsman, after travelling in 12th spot, really flew home, eventually finished on 4th. Dali Swirl, who was travelling in 7th spot, came up with a big run and just finished on 2nd. And Sea Smoke, who was racing in patches, eventually finished on in the rear of the field, finished on 5th of 13 runners. The winner here was Raffaello. 4 is Stormy Ocean. Stormy Ocean, who's had 3 starts in this season. Last start was over 2800 meters, where Stormy Ocean was in 4th spot. Then into the last 200 meters, made up a placing and eventually finished on 3rd of 5 runners. The winner here was Ramiel. Ramiel has gone on to win the Stayers Cup. Stormy Ocean, the mount of Imran Chisti. 7 Sensational, 8 Aeropoli. Sensational has already reeled off a couple of wins in the season. This start was in race number 160, where Sensational was racing in 6th spot, really got into the mix of things late in the day and eventually finished on 3rd. Aeropoli, who was tracking the runaway leader Reed Audible. Aeropoli then came up with a run, but Satipur was a little bit stronger for Aeropoli and eventually did the next best thing, finished on 2nd. 10 is Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer was a winner of race number 106, that was over a mile, then was up to 2000 meters, finished on 2nd to Good Deeds. Last start was over 1600 meters, was carrying top weight, was in 5th spot when asked for an effort, did not really accelerate the way everybody would have liked Snowpiercer to do, but still finished on 4th. The mount of Ashad Ashbar is Snowpiercer today. We move on to the 6th and last race of the day, the Partizan Handicap. 4 horses weighed 21 to 46, rate 1 to 26, eligible to be ridden by jockeys of Indian nationality, to be run over a distance of about 1600 meters. First up we got Flomi. Flomi, earlier known as Tiger Shark, had a win in the previous season, and running after a long layoff was Flomi. This was in race number 126, went over 1600 meters, was in 8th spot until the last 300 meters, where dropped back, eventually finished on 10th of 12 runners. The winner here was Norwegian Wood. 2 is Annette. Was very impressed with the way Annette won in race number 118 over 1600 meters, but did not build on that. Last start was over 2000 meters, was in 3rd spot. When asked for an effort, Annette dropped back, eventually finished on 6th. Behind Good Deeds, Annette again the mount of Arb Hebab is drawn 8. 3 Multi-Starrer, 4 Zambezi. Multi-Starrer was a winner in an earlier start, that was in race number 21 over 1200 meters. Since then has couple of board effort, finished on 4th couple of times over here. Multi-Starrer, after travelling in 3rd spot for most while, eventually finished on 5th. We had 4 Zambezi. Zambezi, winner of 2 starts in the season already, one in race number 100 over 1400 meters, one in race number 140 over 1600 meters. Over here, Zambezi, after being in 6th spot for most while, eventually finished on 4th. 5 is Fortune Warrior. Fortune Warrior had a placed effort in race number 48. Since then has had couple of unplaced effort, including this start, where Fortune Warrior took the turn in 11th spot, then dropped back to last spot, finished on 12th of 12. And after the race, Fortune Warrior was found to be trotting lame. Fortune Warrior is the mount of Abhishek Matre, who claims 3 kilos off and is drawn 6. 6 is Dubai Prince. Dubai Prince has had 4 starts in the season, unplaced in all 4 starts. Over here, Dubai Prince was travelling in 10th spot. Eventually beat one home, finished on second last of 10 runners. The winner here was Kasha. Dubai Prince is the mount of Mohammad Samir, has drawn 7. 7 is Tortilla Chip. Tortilla Chip, after coming down from Hyderabad, has had 4 starts. Last 2 starts has surely been progressing. Finished on 4th in race number 124 over 1400 meters. Last start was travelling in 6th spot and started to get involved into the last 200 meters. Came up with a big run and just missed out. Finished on 3rd of 7 runners. The winner here was By the Book. The final runner we are looking at is MSG Fantasy. MSG Fantasy, after knocking on the doors couple of races, finished on 4th in race number 123, finished on 2nd in race number 124 after being slowly out of the gates. Last start, MSG Fantasy took the turn in 5th spot. This was in race number 137 over 1600 meters, then took charge into the last 200 meters and staved off all and sundry and won the race eventually by length and a quarter. So that's the lineup for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. See you at the races. Good luck.